Okay.
I got to tell you about my side gig. You're going to like this. Side gig.
You want to go?
Yeah.
All right. Stand by.
Good evening and welcome to the Bedford High School Gymnasium, where tonight the Bedford Bulldogs will host the Bishop Girton Cardinals in a boys basketball game. Lauren Fox alongside Harry Kozlowski, and we'll bring you all the action right here from the gym. And Harry, Bedford comes into this one 2-3 on the season. This is a game that was not on the schedule at the beginning of the season. BG comes in 2-1. These two teams had met earlier on, but BG, if you look at their schedule, they've had 3 or 4 games canceled as a result of coronavirus and quarantines. And it just goes to show you a lot of the things that you think of at the NBA level where you're getting games canceled and postponed. Those things also happen at the high school and college levels.
Unfortunately, a little more flexible here than in the NBA.
Yes.
But Bedford's been getting their games, and unfortunately, the template, the pattern that was established in the first BG game has kind of stayed with them through the season, where they're able to hang, able to get a lead, but then at some point there's a power outage that puts them behind the 8 ball. They were playing a pretty solid game against Memorial until Memorial turned on the pressure and outscored them 22-8 in the third quarter. They were able to come back, make a valiant effort. They got it down to a 2-possession game with about 30 seconds to go, but no closer. So this is a team that Coach Moreno is probably trying to get them to find their legs sooner, and when they find them, to hang on to them longer.
And if you look at his past history, of course, this is his first season at Bedford, and he comes to Bedford from Bow. With Bow, he had a first season where he was 4-14. Season number 2, his team was 18-1. So he's shown that he has an ability to build a program, that much for sure. And it's interesting with this. I kind of feel like we're watching a Pac-12 football game where you think one week you're getting USC and Arizona State, and then all of a sudden you have teams canceling. You have 2 entirely different teams playing against each other. So this is what's going on here. Good to see that the kids have the opportunity to get some reps, get out on the court, and we will stay with you for our nation's national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you now stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Just about ready for tip-off here at the Bedford High Gym, and we have some starting lineups for you as well for the visiting Bishop Girton Cardinals. Jordan Robichaux, a senior guard. John Sullivan, also a senior guard. Nathan Kane, a senior guard. Dylan Santosuaso, a senior guard. And Lucas Baker, a 6'5" senior center. So BG going a little bit smaller. For Bedford, they're starting 5. Danny Kaliza, senior forward, will be starting, as well as JT DeLacy, TJ O'Connell, Dylan Kambani, and Andrew Zimmerman. So just about ready to get going here. And something that always takes a little bit of getting used to, the opening tip No longer a tip. BG with the ball to start off the game, and BG in green and yellow. Bedford in their home whites with red numbers and red trim. And BG working the ball around, trying to get things started. For Bedford, they lost to BG in their first game of the season, 60-43. This one a turnaround Jay, a miss, and the rebound picked up there by JT DeLacy. And DeLacy fouled there in the backcourt by Jordan Robichaud. That is foul number 1, 25 seconds into the game. BG in a full court press, so their girls team was definitely pressing throughout the game, and the boys team using a similar strategy. Ball down into Kambani, and he finds Danny Kalisa on the baseline. Kalisa back to Kambani in the paint. Nice little shot off the glass, and Bedford on top 2-0, 46 seconds into the game. BG working the ball around now to the near side. A three-pointer taken by Nathan Kane, and the three-pointer from Kane is good. BG takes a 3-2 lead here, 1 minute in. Ball over to the near side. Kambani dribbling with the right hand, now into the paint, high off the glass, and the shot good by Kambani. He's got 4 points in the game. Bedford's up 4-3. This thing's got a fast pace to it, at least in the early going. Kane with it over on the far side, now to Robichaud, back to the near side to Sullivan, to the corner to the big man, Lucas Baker, 6'5", senior center. Ball skip pass over to the far side. Drives the lane, does John Sullivan. Sullivan had a shot at dunking instead and lays it high off the glass. Gets the bucket, makes it 5-4, favor of BG. 6:25 left here in quarter number 1. Kambani with it. Now over to the near side to TJ O'Connell. His 3 misses, and it'll be BG ball underneath. Bedford High, as we mentioned, coached by first-year head coach Frank Marino. He's helped out there by Taylor Grandy as well as Ken Harrington. Shout out to the Grandy family. Daryl Grandy Sr. sitting down in the front row. Baker with it now, driving the paint with the left-handed dribble as John Sullivan kicks it over to the corner, and now back up top to Robichaud. Now Kane, a 3 from the near side, misses, not boxed out, follows, shot missed, rebound to Zimmerman. And Bedford with it in the front court. TJ O'Connell to DeLacy. DeLacy dribbles into the paint, shot blocked, and they say that DeLacy was fouled there by Lucas Baker. His first foul, the second on BG. And Bishop Girton leading here 5-4, 5:42 left here in the first. First free throw taken, made by JT DeLacy. It is a strange artifact of having smaller crowds in these gyms as DeLacy makes his second free throw. That you realize that just about anything you say can be heard by anybody if it's silent during the game. Nice deep play there by TJ O'Connell, knocks the ball away. Now a three-pointer near side, Dylan Santos Suazo. He knocks it down. He had 20 in that first matchup between Bedford and BG. BG won by 17 in that one, and they were powered by some threes out of the hot hand of Santos Suazo. O'Connell with it, head fake, now gets it over to Danny Kalisa, dribbling into the paint. Kalisa was hit on the ground by Jordan Robichaud, and they'll call a foul on him. That's foul number 2. 3 overall on BG. And BG leads it 8-6, but they have committed 3 fouls to this point. Robichaud has 2 of them, and he'll sit. And he is replaced here by Javari Ellison, tall sophomore. A little jumper just above the free throw line from DeLacy. Gives him 4 on the night. Ties up the game 8 apiece, just under 5 minutes left here in the first. Ball to the near side to Baker. Now back up top to Kane. Kane kicks it to the far side to Sullivan. Sullivan is 6'2" senior guard, but boy, he looks like he could jump out of the gym. And a foul on the floor there. That foul committed by TJ O'Connell, his first. BG will inbound. They got a man breaking through the paint. Instead, they get it to the 6'5" Lucas Baker, who looks for Javari Ellison over on the near side, and pass incomplete. It'll be Bedford ball. Andrew Zimmerman to inbound, and now Danny Kalisa with it. He'll bring it up court. Kalisa listed on the roster as a forward, but we have seen him play point guard, and that's the role that he appears to be in right now. DeLacy with it, and they caught him doing the bunny hop and the pea patch. Did a little bit of a stutter step after he caught that ball. And that will be a turnover for Bedford. Knotted up at 8 here, 4:29 left in the first. Sullivan will inbound to Santos Suazo, and you got to have a man on him. He is a confident shooter from outside. Ball down low, kicked outside to Baker, dribble drive the baseline, and he misses the shot, but was fouled on the floor. Foul committed there by DeLacy. That is his first, second for Bedford. 4:19 left here in quarter number 1. BG, for us who looked at the roster before the game, 17 on the roster, 46 players in the program. Pass down low to Kane, makes a 2-pointer from inside the paint. Makes it 10-8 in favor of BG at the halfway point of quarter number 1.
Yeah, the Bedford defense left him alone all underneath the basket, drawn by the size of Lucas, who was playing midway to the basket.
Makes it easy when the big man can pass out of that double team, that's for sure. Zimmerman with it up top, now gets it to O'Connell, who dribbles into the paint. Looking for Kumbani, couldn't find him, instead finds his man going baseline DeLacy, and JT DeLacy trying to square up his shoulders to get a little bit of space, but they say that he traveled, and it'll be a turnover for Bedford. 10-8 in favor of BG, 3:40 left in the first.
Yeah, he kind of committed to the baseline a little too deeply that time, and then found he was way too far under the basket and had to fight his way to the front, and unfortunately he moved his feet doing it.
Coach John Fisher for BG shouting out the play call aggressively. You see it on TV too. Coaches trying to shout out commands with a mask. It doesn't get a whole lot easier. Ellison with it. Now back up top to John Sullivan. Sullivan to Kane on the near side. Bedford is doing a good job on D. They're not allowing the ball to get down low, but now to Baker. Kick back around to the far side. Santos Suazo misses short. Popcorns around a bit and winds up in the hands of Baker. Baker puts it back, misses, and the ball winds up going out of bounds.
They said it went off of Graham. Pretty close call there.
Tegan Graham into the game for Bedford. Graham, a 6'2" senior center. This one, a 3-pointer from the near side. Santos Suazo misses short. Graham winds up getting the rebound. And now TJ O'Connell will bring it up. TJ, a junior, gets it over to Danny Kalisa, a senior. Now looks for Kumbani down low, trying to create a little bit of post position. Guarded there by Ellison. Ellison blocks. Nice play, and Kumbani winds up throwing good money after bad and fouls Ellison. So that will be Dillon's first foul, the third of the game on Bedford, which trails BG 10-8.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration there on Dillon, getting blocked and trying to fight for possession of the ball back.
So it'll be BG ball. Kane with it over on the far side. Now Santos Suazo down low to Baker, double team, passes to Ellison out of that double team, and they've tried that a couple times, and twice it has been incomplete. And it will be Bedford ball on the side. A little bit of substitution for Bedford. Andrew Grudinskas in, TJ O'Connell out. Grudinskas, a junior guard, bringing the ball up court. DeLacy with it over on the near side. Kumbani with it up top now. Over to the far side to Camden Roberts. Roberts dribbling with the right hand, trying to make something happen, but can't free himself of Jabari Ellison. And now Dylan Kumbani will drive the paint. And they say a carry, and it'll be BG ball. 10-8, 2:12 left here in the first. The numbers on BG, they have 785 students. You figure half of them are male. So what, 390. They got 46 in the basketball program. So more than 10% of the kids at the school play hoops. And that is a very rich talent pool. Jabari Ellison, a feathery left-handed three-pointer from the far side, is good.
Might have been good from NBA distance.
Yeah, that had a little bit of distance behind it. Makes it 13-8 BG. Now the ball down low to Grudinskas. He's in a little bit of trouble in the corner. Got to find somebody. Passes it, tries to find Roberts. The ball stolen there by BG gets it to Sullivan. Sullivan up with a shot, misses, fouled by Graham, and he'll go to the line and shoot a pair.
That's been a difficulty of Bedford most of the season, is the responding to a pressure situation. Their players sometimes don't come back and give the player with the ball a lane to pass to, and why they wind up forcing those throws in.
Sullivan misses his first free throw. It is tough if, regardless of whether it's football or basketball, if you're a quarterback and your receivers don't go with you and the play breaks down, it's kind of tough to have a play at all as Sullivan makes that second free throw.
It's a good analogy. Just getting open for your quarterback, you got to get open for the man with the ball.
And this is a young team, and Frank Moreno is a new coach, and with COVID, practice time has been cut. It makes it tough for guys to get to know each other a bit. Ball with it over on the far side. DeLacy had a chance at a shot, passes it up, and they will say
another travel.
They called a travel on DeLacy, so that's his third here in quarter number one. Bedford trails it 14-8. 1:15 left here in the first. Ball to
I was going to say, that's just the symptom of pressure to keep being unable to deal with that pressure.
Left-handed three from Gianni Ungaro is good. Makes it 17-8. So we're tied up 8 apiece. BG has scored the last 9. Tegan Graham driving into the paint, has a shot at one. He is fouled, and the shot goes, so he'll have a chance for an and one, does Tegan Graham. So busting up that 9-0 run. And for Bedford, though, you need a couple defensive stops. Try to get back into this one.
No, Tegan's showing a lot of determination to get to the basket. He was going there no matter what. And sometimes in those situations, you wind up getting hacked on the way up.
Makes the free throw, does Graham, and he's got 3 now in the game. Bedford trails it 17-11.
Did the official just call?
Maybe a lane violation on it. That would make sense. So Graham does not get the basket. Bedford does not get the point. Makes it 17-10. Now driving the baseline was Ryan Stack. And we'll see what the call was. I don't believe there was a foul call on that one.
Oh, they're saying it was a timeout
call? BG called the timeout.
I thought maybe it stepped on the baseline.
As a Bedford fan, which I guess we can be because we're in town calling this game. Yeah, I would have hoped for the same, but unclear to figure it out. You're absolutely right, though, in looking at BG. We talked about how deep the roster is and the concept of line changes. So for BG right now, none of their starting 5 are in. They have Ryan Stack, Gianni Ungaro, Luke Anderson, Javari Ellison, and Matt Santos Suazo. So it's a different 5 than we saw earlier. It makes it hard to try to figure out who's who. 3-pointer from the near side, off the front iron, missed. Fight for the rebound, and it's Ellison and Grudinskis going after it, and they say Bedford ball. They say it was tied up. So 35.7 left here in the first. Bedford trailing by a touchdown, 17-10. Inbound to Camden Roberts, and the Red Sea parted for Camden. All of a sudden, he had nothing but floor in front of him in the basket, was fouled on his way there, so he'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And that one no good.
Roberts, a 6'2" swing man. He's listed as a forward center, and his second free throw is missed. And they say a foul underneath, so kind of adding insult to injury right there. Tegan Graham committing a foul. That is his first on the rebound. So Bedford winds up missing both free throws. Graham gets called for a foul. That's Bedford's 5th foul committed in the first 7+ minutes of play. And BG will have a chance at a last shot right here. Matt Santos Suazo dribbling with the right hand, looking. Gets Gianni Angaro, kicks it over to the far side. Does BG, and they are going to play for that last shot. Santos Suazo dribbling with the right hand, gets it to Allison. Now back up top. Dribble with the right hand. Now Santos Suazo thinks about going base. Allison thought about a three. They kick it over to the corner. Angaro's three misses, and the ball rattles around. Bedford gets the rebound. There is no desperation heave. And so after our first 8 minutes of basketball, Bedford trails at 17-10. And Harry, through, 4.5 minutes, we had an 8-8 tie. But those last 3.5 minutes or so really didn't go how Bedford would have hoped.
Yeah, things sometimes just go flat, and that usually means the other team takes off with the scoring. And in this case, BG's got a big lineup, bigger than Bedford's, and they seem to be controlling the boards quite effectively.
And it also makes things a little bit tough when you have the ability to swap guys out and really not have a lot of a talent disparity. And with that second line that BG had, they looked close to as well-oiled as the starting five did.
And they have yet another, round of players on the bench they could go to later on if they so choose.
Yep. Depth is not a bad thing. It is a bad thing if you're trying to be judicious about playing time. But other than that, if you're a coach and you've got that playing time piece controlled, depth is okay. 17 is a lot, though, on a basketball roster. Like, I had to go to page 2 of the score sheet. BG with it to start things off here in quarter number 2. A pass down low to Lucas Baker off his hands, out of bounds. And second verse, same as the first. It'll be Bedford ball underneath, trailing by 7, 17-10.
And they're putting a press on here. Found an open man.
Ball to the big man, Zimmerman, 6'5" he is, a junior forward. Now to Kambani up top. Kambani dribbling with the right hand, looking for something to develop, but he doesn't have a whole lot of options on that side. Shoots high off the glass, misses. And Baker winds up getting the rebound. BG comes right back the other way.
Yeah, that shot, he was putting everything he had to get up over number 34 Baker, but lost control of his shot.
Nice attempt at a pass down low by John Sullivan. Broken up there by Zimmerman and knocked out of bounds. It'll be BG ball underneath. 7:25 left here in the first half. 17-10 in favor of the visiting Bishop Girton Cardinals. Trying to find somebody to inbound to, and now a pass down low, stolen there by Matt Ferrucci. Nice outlet to TJ O'Connell. TJ had a notion at a shot just inside the three-point line, passed it up, gave it to Danny Kalisa. The rebound there goes to Andrew Zimmerman. And now a pass down low to Matt Ferrucci. Does a nice job with his hips, creating a little bit of space there. And Matt gets a bucket. That makes it 17-12.
A good job of Zimmerman finding him under the basket, unguarded. Almost out of bounds right there. Baker saves it.
BG doing a good job with ball movement on the perimeter. Now a pass over to the far side to Sullivan. A little floater, misses short. Rebound taken there by Danny Kalisa, and right back the other way is Bedford. Kalisa to O'Connell. O'Connell over to the far side to Ferrucci. Dribbles into the paint. With the left hand is Matt. Shot misses. And right back the other way. The ball stolen by Matt Ferrucci. It was a pass that went awry. Ferrucci kicks it over to the far side to Kalisa. Now a little floater misses. Kalisa gathers his own trash and follows and scores in the Cedric Ceballos style. That one.
And the transition, the foul being called on Bedford.
They wind up getting Andrew Zimmerman for that. That is his second foul. And going to the line and shooting 2 will be Nathan Kane.
I was going to say, it was good stick-to-itiveness on the part of Bedford to get the ball back and keep trying for that basket. They need to get points, need to stay close, and they are within 2 possessions right now. 18-14, let's not let things get out of hand.
Kane made the first free throw and misses the second. O'Connell gets the rebound. And Bedford right back the other way. Pass to Zimmerman up top. He's driving into the lane with the left hand. Now to Kambani on the elbow. And nice little feathery J from Dylan Kambani. Gives him 6. Makes it 18-16. So Bedford now on a 6-1 run. Pass over to the far side to Sullivan. Now looks down low and finds his man Dylan Santos Suazo on a reverse layup. That gives him 5. Makes it 20-16. Favor of BG with 5:40 left here in the first half. O'Connell's jumper just inside the three-point line. Rattles around. No good. And Baker gets the rebound. We'll go right back the other way for BG. To the corner to Sullivan. Sullivan skip pass over to the far side to Kane. His 3 is good. Nathan Kane now with 9 in the game. And that makes it 23-16. So Bedford had gotten their way back in. It was 18-16. Kambani misses a shot high off the glass. And now BG has scored the last 5 to make it 23-16. Pass over to the far side. Santos Suazo has been a threat from 3, and he does it again. He's got 8. 26-16 BG, an 8-0 run. And now BG knocking the ball away from Danny Kalisa, but they say it was off of the BG player down there, Robichaux. And it'll be Bedford ball. 4:53 left here in the first half, trailing by 10, 26-16. DeLacy bringing it up, taking his time to Zimmerman over on the near side. And Zimmerman winds up traveling. He had Danny Kalisa curling around on a pass. Looked at him, changed his mind, and in the meantime took an extra step.
Yeah, those kind of mistakes happen with indecisiveness. Things are happening at a split-second pace. You got to know where you're going.
Over to the far side, one Santos Suazo to another. Now it's Dillon kicking the ball out, and they say that Jordan Robichaux commits a travel. BG with a turnover, and Bedford has a chance to cut into this 10-point lead. Ferrucci will inbound to O'Connell. TJ hustling to get it up court with good deep play there by John Sullivan. Now Kalisa with it. Takes it back up top. Bedford with a little bit smaller of a lineup, except for Zimmerman down low, the big guy. Tall left-hander. Now O'Connell with it up top. Kalisa on the curl. Takes a little jumper from the elbow, and nice shot by Danny Kalisa there. That gives him 4, makes it 26-18 in favor of BG. Kane with it, a three-pointer from the far side. Kane's 3 is good. He's got a dozen. 29-18. So Bedford had narrowed the lead to 18-16, and BG since then is on an 11-2 run. And a pass into the front court from Ferrucci winds up off the hands of JT DeLacy, but there may have been a foul somewhere on the way. And
yeah, I think Dylan Santososo, it either went off of him or he committed a foul making contact with Dylan.
I didn't see any hand jet. Oh, there you go. It's foul number 1 on number 15. So he is most certainly filling up the stat sheet. Robichaux out. Javari Ellison in for BG.
Zimmerman takes a seat, as does Matt Ferrucci for Bedford.
Now the Bulldogs trying to get something going, trailing by 11. Kalisa working hard, dribbling with the left hand, tried to get into the paint and winds up getting it to DeLacy, who shoots a little J from just inside the free throw line. Kambani had a chance for the rebound, couldn't get it. Now BG with it on the fast break. Nice try there by TJ O'Connell to draw the charge, and sure enough, he does draw the charge. Nathan Kane, the guilty party there. And it'll be Bedford ball underneath. Nice hustle play by TJ.
Yeah, he was caught there in a 2-on-1, so sacrificed the body to get the foul there.
And that's about the best possible scenario that you can hope for if you're Bedford right there. You get the harm and you get the ball. And a foul quickly committed there by BG, and somebody's going to go to the line and shoot a 1-on-1. So it will be DeLacy taking a stab at a 1-on-1. And the first one is good. And if Bedford hopes to stay in the game, you got to find a way to make those front ends of 1-on-1s, particularly if you're in the bonus now. And the second one is missed by DeLacy. BG with the rebound, right back the other way. It's Matt Santos-Suazo into the front court to Ellison. Ellison with it, dribbling with the left hand, trying to get Santos-Suazo to come up. Now Matt to Ellison, now to Dylan Santos-Suazo, driving the paint. Little reverse layup, no good. Rebound pucked around, taken there by Grudinskis, and pass into the front court to Kambani, knocked away, and it'll be Bedford ball underneath. 2:54 left here in the first half. Bulldogs trail by 10, 29-19. Kambani with 6, trying to add to that total, trying to get his team a little bit closer as they cut into this margin. But for BG, we have seen a lot of depth and a lot of confidence in their long-range shooting so far. O'Connell with it, and some really good perimeter defense too, which helps out when you're Bedford and you're not necessarily big and tall and moving the ball down low. Grudinskis with it, now to O'Connell. Deep three from about 24 feet. Shot missed, rebound to Matt Santos-Suazo, quickly into the front court to Sullivan. Now Sullivan to Ellison. Bedford trails by 10, just over 2 minutes left here in the first half. The younger Santos-Suazo, Matt, is a sophomore. The older one, his brother Dylan, is a senior. Pass down low to Dylan. Did a nice job getting some position. Couldn't finish the shot. DeLacy the rebound. Bedford back the other way to O'Connell into the front court. And O'Connell will kick it over to the near side to DeLacy. His 3 from the near side off the back iron. BG gets the rebound, and they will... Thought we might see a travel on Kane, but they're going to call a foul to somebody on the Bedford side. I didn't quite figure out who. They have pinned that one on TJ O'Connell. That's his second. BG will go to the line and shoot a 1-on-1.
That's a shame on that last play because O'Connell found DeLacy all alone. He had plenty of time to square up and take that 3.
Sometimes situations like that, if you have too much time, give you a little too much to think about. That front end of the 1-and-1 missed by Kane. Bedford gets the rebound now into the front court. Ball kicked down to the corner. Kalisa with it, dribbles into the paint. Fighting into the trees is Danny Kalisa. He's called for a travel.
Yeah, one extra step there.
They let him do it in the league.
They seem to be. They might be calling the travel a little tight tonight. Because I think I've seen more leniency in other games this year.
Give me the Euro step. Come on, man.
Exactly.
29-19 BG. 1:24 left here in the first half of play. Ellison looking down low to Santos-Suazo and getting a little bit excited. Reaching in there was JT DeLacy. They'll call a foul on him. That's his second. Santos-Suazo will go to the line and shoot 2. For BG, Nathan Kane leading the way with 12. Santos-Suazo not far behind. He's got 8 as he steps to the line. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Bedford gets the rebound. And now right back the other way. Nice pass on the fast break from DeLacy to Danny Kalisa. That gives him half a dozen. Cuts the lead to 8, 29-21. Right back the other way is BG. And
they're going to call a charge.
They will call a charge on Matt Santos-Suazo. And it will be foul number 2 on him. Bedford with the ball underneath. Just over a minute left here in the first half. Bedford fast breaking, trying whatever they can over to the near side to DeLacy. Now it's Kalisa for a 3 off the back iron. Like the confidence. Kane with the rebound. Now back the other way. Stack kicks it over to the corner. Now Kane with it, and they say that Kane did the bunny hop and the pea patch. I'm running out of descriptions for travels. So much traveling. One of us is going to get some frequent flyer miles out of this deal. Going to say, I hope my wife heard that one. I guarantee she is watching the game.
I'm sure she's got a list of places she wants to go.
Yeah, huh? 29-21 BG. 37 seconds left here in the first half. DeLacy gets it up top to Grudinskis. Had a notion at a 3. Turned it down. Now to DeLacy over on the far side. Just under half a minute left. Bedford trailing by 8. DeLacy into the paint. Shoots from the free throw line. Nice little J is good. JT DeLacy with 7 now. And about 10 seconds left here in the first half. BG's got to hustle a bit. Dylan Santos-Suazo with it. looking, finds Ellison. The pass off of the hands of Ellison. Ellison had shoulder faked, looked like he was going to cut baseline. The pass came back, and he didn't quite adjust. So Bedford has a chance to cut into this lead, 29-23. Kalisa with it in the backcourt.
Got about
5 seconds left. Danny's got to, somebody's got to get the ball up. DeLacy gets one off, a little jumper by JT DeLacy. And Bedford, which trailed by as many as 10, 29-19, ends the first half on a 6-0 run and cuts that BG lead to 4. And don't forget, they start the second half with the ball.
And a great confidence builder to have that kind of finish at the end of the first half. You know, it was tough there for a while, but you got to hand it to Bedford. They were able to stick with it, and I think they were able to put a little pressure on the Cardinals to soften their game up a little bit. Their shooting had gone a little bit cold toward the end as well.
Some good defensive pressure there. That made a big difference also. And for BG, which leads it right now, 29-25, their top scorer, Nathan Kane, had 12. Dylan Santos Suazo had 8. Gianni Ongaro and Javari Ellison had 3, as did John Sullivan. And for Bedford on the other side, top man JT DeLacy had 9. Dylan Kambani and Danny Kalisa each with half a dozen. Tegan Graham and Matt Ferrucci each contributing a basket. So we're through the first 16 minutes of basketball. It's been a good one so far.
Very
Bedford,
entertaining.
We had an 8-8 tie after about 4.5 minutes. Looked like it was going to be nip and tuck. And really, it's been a series of a run after a run. Almost makes it kind of feel like an NBA game in that regard. So anyway, are we going to stay or are we going to
we take a little break right now. We're going to take a few moments to catch our breath. We'll be back with second half action in about 9 minutes or so. 29 Bishop Girton, Bedford 25. Second half yet to come here on BCTV and on Nashua TV. Check, check, check. Now it's working. All right, now it can be the second half of the game. We're gonna have about.
So we're good now. You fixed the thing though, so that's good.
Hey. So congratulations. That's really awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, they were doing a call yesterday, and like they were reviewing the most arcane things, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to remember all this. I can't remember my name.
And here we are, ready to start the second half. Bedford down by 4, 29-25.
We are back. Lauren Fox, Harry Kozlowski, Corey Parker coming up to say hello. Matt Ferrucci dribbles into the paint. Shot missed. BG gets the rebound. John Sullivan started to dribble up court, but got hit by Andrew Soden. So Soden entering the game for the first time and picks up a foul. He will not get the dreaded trillion that they talk about in the NBA. Pass down low. Lucas Baker gets his first points of the game, and that makes it 31-25 in favor of the Bishop Girton Cardinals. Bedford trailed by as many as 10, edged back to as close as 4. Camden Roberts misses the shot. Rebound taken there by Daniel Galamaga. So Bedford changing up some of the faces and names that we saw in the game. And Grudinskas with it, now looking for Andrew Soden. And Soden wasn't where he thought he'd be. And it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, a little bit out of sync on that play. You hate to see that happen.
Can also happen when you have some new faces that we didn't really see in the first half. So 7-11 left here in the third period. Not the seventh. Oh, there we go. 31-25 in favor of BG. And it looks like we are ready to go. Sano Suazo inbounds and gets it to Jordan Robichaux. Robichaux with it over to the near side. Sano Suazo, little floater, misses short, gets his own rebound. Now over to the near side to Sullivan, a double team in the corner. Galamaga and Roberts gets it to Baker. Baker, quick pass down low to Sano Suazo. Makes the basket, gives him 10, 33-25 BG. Baker knew where he was going with that pass before it even touched his hands. Sign of a good big man there. Ball stolen there by Robichaux, and following up with the shot is Sano Suazo, and he's got 12 now, and Bedford will call a timeout. They trailed 29-25 at the half. And
6-0 run here.
He's given up a 6-0 run. And here we stand, 35-25 BG.
Not the start that Coach Moreno was hoping for.
It has not been. But one thing that was apparent when you go back and read anything about Coach Moreno, one of the reasons that he was hired, young, high energy, and a teacher. Somebody who's energetic working with these kids. So he is someone, you feel like the program will be in good hands, but there's always going to be that bit of a learning curve when he gets to know them. They get to know him. Bedford gets the ball after that BG turnover. DeLacy with it, dribbling into the front court. Ball knocked away there by Robichaux. Now O'Connell with it, dribbling with the right hand, and will dribble into the paint. Looks over to the far side and winds up getting it to Zimmerman. His jumper is short. Rebound off the hands of Kambani, and we go back the other way. Kane takes it for BG. He had 12 in the first half. 6 minutes left here in quarter number 3, 35-25 in favor of Bishop Girton. This second half has been all BG so far. They've scored 6 to Bedford 0. Pass over to the far side. Robichaux almost fell out of bounds getting after that one. Now looks back up top. Kane with it for 3 from the near side. His 3 is no good. Rebound popped around, taken there by DeLacy, and TJ O'Connell will bring the ball up court. Kalisa with it. Dribbled down low, ran into Lucas Baker, gets it to O'Connell. O'Connell looking, finds his man JT DeLacy on the baseline. Nice cut DeLacy, nice pass O'Connell, and he is fouled on the shot, has a chance at a three-point play.
Yeah, perfect pass, and you notice DeLacy cutting into the basket, and he hit him right in stride. Not only did he make the bucket, but he got the and one.
DeLacy has had 2 opportunities on the free throw line so far in the game, made 1. And JT's second one is also good as well. That gives him a dozen, makes it 35-28 in favor of Bishop Girton. 5:20 left here in quarter number 3. Pass over to the far side. Sano Suazo stutter stepped. It kind of was a weird one after he caught it. Now Kambani misses the shot.
Oh.
Kambani gets the rebound, led his man
Too far.
DeLacy just a little too much. And it will be BG ball.
Yeah, he let the ball go with a lot of top spin so that when it hit the court, it didn't come back up to arm level.
So right back the other way is Bishop Girton leading 35-28. 5 minutes left here in quarter number 3.
Contact, they're going to call offensive foul here.
And
Daniel Kaliza took a shot to the face.
And it looked like it came by way of the elbow of Jordan Robichaux. That's his 3rd foul. That's one of those when you get hit like that, your tongue goes to your front teeth, making sure everything's there. And the next thing is there any blood? But it never feels good.
No, but he looks okay. Everyone's back to the benches now. And 5:05 to go here. 7-point deficit. Bedford trying to climb back in here. They were down 4 at the half, so they're hanging with BG. The whole point is just to stay close until the 4th, not let things get out of hand.
So what programming do you guys have coming up as far as hockey, girls hoops, boys hoops?
You know something? You're catching me a little flat-footed there.
You always know. It's like usually.
Well, you know, this past week was easy because every team we played was Trinity. You know, say, hey, we're playing Trinity on Tuesday, we're playing them on Wednesday, we're playing them on Thursday. So it worked out that way. And right now, we're a little unsure about, off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure that we've got games on Tuesdays and Thursday. Tuesday might be the girls, but I do know that we're going to be doing some hockey, and it's going to be, I think, a Wednesday night game. And this time we're going to be at Tri-Town Arena in Hooksett because scheduling conflicts, they weren't able to finish up the season at St. A's, so they're going to be playing in Hooksett against the Londonderry Lancers this coming week, and we'll have those games for you on TV and radio.
We are on, just to confirm, we are TV only right now, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we had a little connectivity issue back to the radio station, so we apologize. No audio stream there.
Bedford leading it 35-28. TJ O'Connell's 3 from the far side, no good off the back iron. BG the rebound, back the other way. The 3-pointer from Kane is off the front iron. Kambani, nice job getting the rebound, gets it to TJ, and Bedford will go back into the front court, trailing by 7. 4.5 left here in quarter number 3. Danny Kalisa, cool as a cucumber, taking his time and gets it to DeLacy. Now Kalisa with it just inside the 3-point line. Shot miss.
Fouled the ball, get it back.
Followed his ball, gets the rebound. Now DeLacy with a deep 3 out there. Thought it had a chance to hang up and come back in. It did not. And right back the other way is BG. Santa Suazo with 12 in the game. Gets it over to his brother, Matt, who shoots a 3. Matt's misses. And
that rim's out.
Lucas Baker hitting the deck hard down on the offensive end. Bedford with it. A kick to the far side to Zimmerman. The shot missed by the big man. And back the other way is Bishop Girton, leading by 7. 3.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Have you been to, as Baker makes a shot with his back to the basket, gets 2 out of it. He was looking for a foul call.
Yeah, I was a little surprised because he was definitely backing into, at least they're going to get a call here, but that basket by Baker could have easily been called an offensive.
He's my Swiffer player of the game. He's been on the court quite a bit. And one thing that if you're the coach in this situation, and you notice this, he's playing with a great deal of emotion, but you got to have him stay within himself, because we saw it on that end. He was frustrated that he went down as that free throw is made there by Zimmerman. He's frustrated that he went down. He goes down on the next play. And then on the Bedford offensive end, he winds up on the floor again. And he just needs to kind of dial it back just a little bit. You don't want to see a player get himself in a tough situation. And he is playing with a great deal of intensity, but you don't want it to creep over the line.
Matt Sanasuaso drawing a foul there on that drive.
And sure enough, Baker is now out of the game, getting a breather, quite probably for that reason.
TJ O'Connell, that's his third foul. Shot rims out. He'll get a second. And O'Connor is going to take a seat for a little while. Cam Robertson take his place.
So you have two Sanasuasos on this BG team as Matt makes his second free throw. Dylan's got 12, Matt's got 1. They're both 6'1". One's a senior, one's a sophomore. Kalisa with it, over to Roberts on the near side. Roberts to Lacey up top. And now Bedford taking its time a little bit, but you can't take too much time, trailing by 9 with about 2:45 left here in quarter number 3. Bedford just trying to find an open man throughout all this. Now Zimmerman dribbles with the right hand, kicks the ball to DeLacy, and they say that a foul was committed. Number 20 there committed it. Matt Sanasuaso, he's got 3. So the brothers Sanasuaso, between them, 4 fouls. Kalisa drives. Nice job by Danny Kalisa, up with the left hand. Shot is good. And that gives him 8 now in the game. Gets Bedford back within 7. 2:20 left here in the third quarter. Dylan Sanasuaso with it. Kicks it over to Allison on the near side. Fakes. Gets it to Sullivan. Now to Matt Sanasuaso on the far side. And Sanasuaso's shot is missed. And he winds up fouling JT DeLacy.
Another foul there, yeah. And it was sort of an unnecessary foul at that. Contact with him.
Some might say a little bit of a ticky-tack foul. I would be in that category as well. But Matt Sanasuaso now has 4. So he'll be down for a little bit. The younger Sanasuaso. Dribbling into the front court is Kalisa. Had a tough time getting the handle, picks it up, and DeLacy now with the ball.
Yeah, ball decided to go a different way when he wasn't looking at it.
Hate it when that happens. Down to the baseline to Camden Roberts, and Roberts looking down low at Kambani, and instead the ball stolen there by Nathan Robichaux.
Great anticipation there on that steal.
Jumped the route like an NFL corner.
Exactly.
Now back up top to Robichaux. He's got 3 fouls, no points in the game, does Jordan Robichaux. BG leads 38-31, 1:20 left here in the third quarter. Ball over to the far side to Sullivan. This BG team, I will say this, Bedford lost to them earlier in the season, 60-43. Ellison misses a 3. Now a rebound, a nice fast break pass. Converted on the other end by JT DeLacy, who's now got 14. And John Fisher, the BG head coach, didn't like what he saw. He'll take a timeout with his team.
No, Bedford on a bit of a comeback here.
Yep.
They're just trailing by 5 here with 1:09 left here in the third.
Bedford trailed by as many as 10. They have trailed by 10 twice in the game. Most recently, it was 35-25. And now we're back with the Bulldogs within 5. No, it is one of those things, broadcasting, when you're doing a game that's on radio too, you're calling for radio.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody watching you on TV thinks you're talking too much because they can see what's going on.
That is true.
So
but
now
we have the luxury of just telling old war stories.
Right. We can just watch the game and, I don't know, half the time I don't think that Billy Packer is even watching what's going on anyway. Or Bill Raftery, just yell onions occasionally. He'll be good. 38-33. BG on top of Bedford here in this one. Nice hands, Andrew Zimmerman on that one, breaking up the pass. And now BG works the ball around. Robichaux with it on the near side. His three rattles around, misses. Sullivan the rebound, and nice rebound there by Cam Roberts. And DeLacy with it. He'll take the ball into the front court for Bedford. The ball stolen there by Robichaux, and right back the other way in transition. Rebound, Kambani can't get it. Ellison got it instead. And now BG can work for a last shot if they want. Under half a minute left here in the third quarter. Bedford trailing by 5, and they will say a travel call there on Dylan Santosuaso. So it had been a minute since we had seen a travel.
Well, that erases what was a pretty good play that could have been a great play if they had come down with possession there. You hate to be that close to possessing the ball, having it come loose only to have the other team reestablish an offensive possession.
10 seconds left here in the third quarter. DeLacy with it, looking for somebody, finds Zimmerman up top. 5 seconds left. Bedford's got to get a shot off. DeLacy has a shot at one down in the corner. His three off balance, no good.
Yeah, it was
and
blocked
the ball
too
will
by
go
Sullivan.
out of bounds.
Sullivan and Santosuaso, Dylan Santosuaso. Either one got their hand on that shot. So
it was a tough go for him going down to the corner with two of the more athletic BG players on him.
Yeah, kind of cornered himself and had to put that desperation shot up. So not surprised that the hand came up, but still not in a bad spot. Just 5 points back with 8 minutes to go. And maybe they can find a little bit of that comeback fire that they displayed against Memorial in our last broadcast on Friday. Very exciting couple of minutes leading up when they, like I said, got it down to about a 4-point game, 2 possessions. Maybe they're not as far behind that game. They were behind by 20. So to get it down to 4 really was a big accomplishment here. They're within striking distance, if they can just play smart, help the guy out with the ball by making yourself available for a pass, and not to get swallowed up by the pressure.
That's really the key in this one. And you have experienced players. You have 8 minutes left in the game, so might as well go for broke. So getting back to hockey at Tri-Town, where do you call a game from at Tri-Town?
In the bleachers.
Well, I guess we're doing that right now, right?
Yeah, well, I should point out, too, that Tri-Town has a single family member policy for attendance, unlike the games at St. Anselm, where nobody was able to go to the game, so everybody depended on the broadcast.
Yes.
But now, if you want, you could have, one family member can attend the game.
It's good to know. That's boys hockey, right? Not girls? Okay.
I think the girls are going to have to play there as well.
Okay. Parents, I'm sure, will appreciate that. Nice job on the rebound by TJ O'Connell. Bedford trailing by 5, 7:40 left in the game. And they have managed to stay in this one. DeLacy got a little fancy with the dribble. Yeah, wound up off his backside out of bounds.
Those are the mistakes that erase scoring chances. And when you're in a tight game, you don't want to just give away a scoring opportunity.
Bedford has turned over the ball a number of times and also had a number of 50-50 balls that have not gone their way, that if you were to add all that stuff up, guarantee you it's going to be more than the 5 points they trail by. But as Coach Moreno says, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And he's positioning this team for a postseason run. Just it matters where you are come March. Nice pass on the curl to Kane. Shot missed. And Kambani gets the rebound, gets it to Andrew Grudinskis.
Kane in the right position, just put too much on the ball against the court, or against the backboard, I should say.
Kane was unable to make the shot. TJ O'Connell misses. Kambani gets the rebound. Puts it up. Nice job fighting for the ball by Dylan Kambani. And he's now got 8 in the game. Gets Bedford back within 3, 35-38. Travel called there on Jordan Robichaux as he drives the lane. And had he put up a shot, he doesn't get called for the travel there, but tried to pass out of it.
Now here's another press situation. They got to find a man open.
And we'll see who
went off Bedford.
Yep.
Off of Zimmerman. I don't know if I agree with that, but the official's in a better position to call that than we are.
And that's a time, too, where you look, if you're Bedford, you say you got 4 timeouts left. it's not a bad time to use one and preserve a possession, but
Exactly. And, they only had 3 people available. If they could have brought a 4th back, that would have been the time to do it.
Robichaux looks down low, got his big man Baker. Baker with a left-hand hook, missed. Ball rattles around down low,
Good
and nice
save.
job saving it by DeLacy. And Grudinskis will bring it back up court. Grudinskis looking up top, got TJ O'Connell for 3. It's good. TJ O'Connell ties it up, 38 apiece. And so Bedford trailed by as many as 10. They have now knotted it up, 38-38. And
that's got to be a travel. That's got to be.
And they say, indeed, a jump ball that winds up going Bedford's way, though. It looked by rule as if it was a travel. Kane fell to the ground and got back to one knee.
And that knee slid on the court.
Yep. Bedford trailed 35-25, and they have outscored BG 13-3 since that point. Now Grudinskis doing a nice job breaking through the tough defense of the younger Santos Suazo.
Another 3.
TJ O'Connell, heat check, shot long, rebound, BG, and right back the other way. Nice job on D. TJ O'Connell made the steal. His jersey was grabbed.
That's a foul.
And I was going to say he was fouled right off the bat when they grabbed his jersey on the fast break.
And he's asking for an intentional.
TJ's making the case for an intentional too. Not going to get that one, I don't think, but some high energy play has a chance to put Bedford on top.
Yeah, Santa Suazo was really not in a position to make a touch on the ball, so he just whacked him on the arm rather deliberately. And I think he has a point there asking for that deliberate or the intentional.
The foul there assessed on Robichaux. That was his 4th. And TJ O'Connell had the 3. Now makes a bucket, puts his team ahead 39-38. For Bedford, I think this is the first time they've led. Now it's 40-38. I think it's the first time they've led since they led 2-0. So 5:29 left in the game. The Bulldogs have shown a little bit of bite. TJ O'Connell doing a nice job on D against Robichaux, and they'll call a block though on TJ.
Yeah, how do you judge when 2 guys like 2 bulls butting horns, 2 sheep, whatever,
Rams, Bills.
I mean, that could have gone either way.
Yep. What was really happening there was Robichaux kept lowering the shoulder and clearing. TJ kept getting moved, resetting. And when you do that, if you're a defensive player, that is a way, all right, I'm trying to get position, but I'm trying to get that foul. And he couldn't get it out of it. So Bedford leading by 2, 40-38, 5:20 left in the game. Great job on D, steal there. And Roberts winds up with it. Kambani into the front court. The ball stolen from him by Sullivan. And they say that Kambani fouled Sullivan on that one. So a relatively clean second half in this one. Kambani now with 2 fouls on him. 40-38 Bedford. Robichaux with it in the front court. Matt Santosuazo in the game, playing with 4 fouls. Drives base, kicks it back out to Robichaux. 5 minutes left in the game. The Bulldogs trail here by 2, 40-38. Drive in is Santosuazo. The shot misses, and I should say Dylan Santosuazo. And DeLacy gets the rebound. Bedford back the other way. Bulldogs will slow things down. Got to kind of get the pulse dropping below 80. Give yourself a chance to make a shot here. Kambani with it. Finds DeLacy. Now Kambani heads down low to Roberts up top. Now to the corner to Zimmerman. On the curl to DeLacy. His shot misses. And Kambani fighting for a rebound there. And they'll say that he committed a foul. So that is foul number 6. So no bonus yet. But the next foul for either team, provided it's not a charge, will lead to free throws. So for Kambani, that is now 3 fouls. He's got 8 points as well, filling up the stat sheet. 4:15 left here in the game. The Bulldogs of Bedford lead by 2, their biggest lead of the game. BG is led by as many as 10.
Now BG taking their time, coming up on the 4-minute mark of the game.
Sullivan to Kane, back to Sullivan. We have seen Sullivan show some athleticism, and he does that right there too. Makes a bucket, ties at 40 apiece.
Yeah, Sullivan kind of puts 2 defenders to sleep, kind of slow walking it and then turning on the jets when the lane opened up to him.
We saw it out of him earlier in the game. He almost dunked one. Just a lot of athleticism, and he's been pretty silent since then. 40 apiece, 3.5 left in the game. BG, I never thought of this. They have enough guys on their roster as Roberts misses a shot. Kambani fights for the rebound, and they will say it is a tie-up on that rebound. It'll be BG ball, but Bedford gets the arrow again. I never thought of it. If your roster 17, you can have a cheering section of 12.
Yeah. Making a lot of noise.
Yep. 40 apiece, 3:20 left here in the ball game. Driving the paint, kicking the ball to Kane on the near side. His shot misses. Nice job fighting for the rebound by Bedford. They can't come up with it. And now Kambani goes out and fouls Sano Suazo.
Another blocking foul.
Yep, another one. Dylan's got 4 on him now, and Sano Suazo will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. He missed the front end of a 1-and-1 earlier, as did Nathan Kane. And makes this one here to Sano Suazo. BG is now 4 of 8 from the free throw line of the game. Not a whole lot of free throw shooting today. And the second one from Sano Suazo, also good. Gives him 14, puts BG on top 42-40. And another lead change. O'Connell with it over on the far side. Gets it to Zimmerman up top, dribbling with the right hand. The big man gets it to DeLacy. DeLacy looking for Kambani, can't find him. Instead, floater into the lane. And they will say that Kambani, in fighting for the rebound, was knocked to the floor by Dylan Sano Suazo. Or check that. Looked like they signaled 10, Robichaux, in which case that's his 5th foul, and he's done for the evening. But we will see.
Well, they're just showing Kambani's number on the scoreboard. Now they change it, and you're correct. Robichaux is now out of the game.
So Robichaux out, Baker in, and that's a change when you have your point guard replaced by your 6'5" center. So, but there is a lot of athleticism on this BG roster regardless. Kambani's free throw off the back iron, no good. And now dribbling into the paint.
And that's going to do it for Kambani, I think.
And he goes through Kambani, who was trying to draw the charge, was not able to do so. And instead of it being Bedford ball going back the other way, now you have Kane going to the line to shoot a 1-on-1 and Kambani fouling out of the game.
Now Tegan Graham's going to come in for him with 2:48 to play. Both teams are in the bonus. The first shot
a shooting foul on Kane. He misses the shot. Kane now 1 of 3 from the line in the game. And the second one from Kane is good, so that gives him 13 on the night.
Now the press.
Baker's dozen for Nathan Kane, and Bedford trying to get back even in this one, trailing 43-40. 2:40 left in the game. Frank Moreno takes a timeout. And the Bulldogs nip and tuck in this one, trail by 3 after trailing by as many as 10 and leading by 2.
Coach Moreno coming up with some strategy for the home stretch here. This game is definitely within their grasp.
Anything can happen too, and with both teams in the bonus, you don't have to worry about the intentional foul, any of that sort of stuff. You can just send them to the line, shoot a 1-on-1.
Right, and I think, you don't have to think about a 3. You don't have to tie it up in this possession. Just get something out of it. Get some points.
So for Bedford in this game, they trailed 17-10 after 1, and then wound up trailing by as many as 10 in that second quarter, got back to 29-25, and then BG opened up the second half on a 6-0 run, got it to 35-25. But since then, not going to say it's been all Bedford, but it has been a lot of Bedford. The Bulldogs on an 18-5 run since BG took that, or check that. It is a 15-8 run, or streak, I guess you'd call it, after trailing by 10.
Yeah, we don't have scoring percentages by half or quarters, but I would dare say that BG's numbers have really flatlined in the second half. both from the foul line and from the floor.
TJ O'Connell with it, driving into the paint, gets it over to DeLacy, and DeLacy's trying to find anything he can, but nothing doing there. Now it'll be Kalisa dribbling into the paint, nothing there either. Looks to DeLacy and gets it over to TJ. Misses the shot, but they said a foul on the floor, and so Danny Kalisa will go to the line and will have a chance to shoot a 1-and-1.
Now, this is a good result because DeLacy wasn't able to hit his shot. Had a rushing attempt there, so here's a chance for him to take his breath and try to get 2 points here, get it within one.
Danny Kalisa calmly knocks down the front end, gets his team within one, 43-41. And the second one also good. That gives him 10. Makes it 43-42. In favor of BG. 2:15 left here in the ball game. We got ourselves a good one. It looked like it might be a blowout earlier on, but this one has turned into quite a game. 2 players out, Kambani for Bedford, Robichaud out for BG, both 5 fouls. Now Matt Sanosuazo playing with 4, has it up top, gets it over to his brother Dylan, now to the corner to Kane. And back up top to Sanosuazo, and BG just kind of content to work the ball around right now for a bit. Bedford doing a nice job of harassing Dylan Sanosuazo. And the ball gets up top to Lucas Baker. Baker finds Kane cutting.
And then they got lured away from the bottom of the basket. Left Kane right there all alone. Now here's the 3.
TJ O'Connell, a big 3. That ties things back up again. 45-45, 128 left here in the game. And he's hit a couple big 3s, one to get Bedford back in. This one ties things up. And his 2 free throws gave him a lead, 40-38 a while back. 70 seconds left here in the game, 45 apiece. Bedford playing some high-intensity defense, too. Sanosuazo with it, dribbling with the right hand, guarded closely by O'Connell. Nice pickup on that screen by DeLacy. Just under a minute left now, 45-45. We'll see if BG is content to work for the last shot, or are they going to try to get one of their guys into space, but not a whole lot of activity below the free throw line right now.
You can hear the noise and excitement just rise in this gymnasium.
BG student section, their bench is getting really loud. Sanosuazo, Dylan passes it to Matt Sanosuazo on the cut. Matt misses the shot, is fouled, will go to the line, shoot 2. And they will say that foul committed there by Andrew Zimmerman. That is his 3rd. And the first one made by the young sophomore Sanosuazo.
Nice little backspin on that.
And a substitution into the game. Dylan Sanosuazo, the elder, out. And Javari Ellison in. And the second one from Matt Sanosuazo is good.
Here we go.
30 seconds left in the game. Kalisa with it up top, looking to his coach, Frank Moreno, who is looking to call a timeout. And sure enough, he does. So Bedford going to set something up. The question is, do you set it up to try to tie it, play defense, force overtime, or are you going to set it up to try to win it?
I think I would go for the 3. I think that Bedford's been a little better shooting from the perimeter. They've been having more trouble getting inside. They could get an and-1, draw a foul. 2 would do it, to at least perhaps force an overtime. But I think I would try to find the open 3.
So looking at the teams that are the players that both teams have on the court right now for BG, it's Ellison, Sullivan, Baker, Sanosuazo, Matt, the sophomore, and then also Nathan Kane out there. Dylan Sanosuazo, who scored 20 against Bedford the first time out, on the bench. You figure that would make for interesting dinner table conversation around the Sanosuazo household this evening. And for Bedford, I think the 5 that we're going to see out there will be Roberts, O'Connell, Kalisa, DeLacy, and Zimmerman. Although anything can change, usually you have a handful of guys standing and a handful of guys sitting. And in this case, Everybody's standing. Tegan Graham into the game for Bedford, along with Zimmerman, DeLacy, Kalisa, and O'Connell. I mean, no pressure, Tegan. You haven't played a whole lot today, but go in for the last half minute.
Now they finally got the ball in bounds.
20 seconds left here in the game. TJ O'Connell with it, guarded closely there by Matt Sanosuazo. TJ's three off the back iron, no good. Baker with the rebound. Bedford fouls him, and Baker will go to the line and shoot two. BG now in the double bonus, leading at 47-45.
I think that still was a good attempt. You know, he had a clear shot at the basket. He was composed. He had room. It was a shot worth taking, just a little bit off.
And the other thing, too, you watch him and how he carries himself. He carries himself with a great deal of confidence. That's a guy who's not going to back down from taking that shot. And, yeah, I like the shot, too. Baker's first one is good. That gives him 5 on the game. 48-45. Into the game is Roberts. Out of the game is Graham.
Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. We'll see if Bedford calls one here.
If he makes it, it would be a natural thing. You have to do it. And sure enough, Baker does make it. But Bedford just rolling the dice here. O'Connell dribbling into the front court. Dishes it off to Kalisa. Spin move. Takes it to the rack. Misses the shot. Ellison the rebound. And it looks like BG will play keep away for a little bit. And that is going to do it. A 49-45 final for BG. And we're on camera now. You got to warn me.
I did. I gave you a poke.
I didn't do my hair, but nobody has to worry about makeup with a mask. The final score here, 49-45. Bedford came back, tied it at 45 after being down by as many as 10. And for the Bulldogs, this was a case of close, but not enough in this one.
It was a good effort. And going back to what you said about Coach Moreno building this program, these are the kind of efforts you like to build on, where you're taking on a team that had their way with you earlier in the year, and you made them sweat to the very end. The game that was within their grasp at the end didn't work out, but you can't fault the effort.
Yes, and certainly good to see the improvement for the Bulldogs. We'll start with the victorious BG Cardinals in this one. Nathan Kane led the way, both teams with 15. Dylan Sanosuazo had 14. Matt Sanosuazo, younger brother, also had 3. John Sullivan with 5, and Gianni Ungaro, Javari Ellison with 3 apiece. Lucas Baker with 6. I like to do it in order, but in this case, just kind of doing it on the fly. JT DeLacy, 14 for the Bulldogs, leading the way. Danny Kalisa chipped in with 10. TJ O'Connell with 8, as did Dylan Kambani. Tegan Graham with 2. And Matt Ferrucci also with 2. And I don't know if those numbers are correct. I can certainly hope that they are. But
always unofficial with us.
It is completely unofficial with us. For Bedford, they trailed by, as we said, as many as 10. They were down 35-25, fought back into the game on a 13-3 run, wound up tying the game 40 apiece and 45 apiece, but in the end, it just wasn't enough.
No, but they had their chance, which is a step forward, I think, for this team.
It certainly was. They lost to BG the first time through, 60-43. So in that case, good effort, certainly an entertaining ball game, and it is a long list of other games that'll be coming up on WBNH and BCTV.
Yeah, there'll definitely be a game Tuesday at 6:30.
There you go. So
just can't tell you who.
Just make sure you're watching. That's all we have to say.
It'll be a good one.
For Harry Kozlowski, I'm Lauren Fox. Again, your final 49-45 in favor of Bishop Girton over the Bedford Bulldogs boys basketball team. Have a great night.
Thank you. Good night.